Alright, I just wanted to show you guys this machine real quick. It basically has the weld head here. It's got a T-slot table. The head's mounted on a pedestal that has a lot of adjustments. And the head also has a digital display on it that actually helps us set it up. It'll actually measure how far the shaft travels. And we'll go into that a little bit later whenever we do the setup on this machine. The power source is down here. It has a lot of connections from the power source to the weld head. Besides the regular weld connection, it also has a couple of leads that are doing measurements for the quality control system. So this system has an integrated quality control features built into it, where it actually measures the voltage, the current, and the time on every weld, and records those onto a laptop with some special software. The weld head is an auto-loading weld head. So the way it works is we drop a stud in this tube, push the little button on the top, and it'll load the stud into the collet. I'll do it again real quick. Just put a stud in, push the button, and it'll load that stud. The head's made for an automatic feeding system where after it welds a stud, another stud would be blown through a tube into this weld head. But we don't have the feeding system installed on this machine. And there's a lot of options you can use to load these studs into this head automatically or manually, like I'm doing here. The system uses air pneumatic components to do a lot of the process here. So we have an air line coming in, a dryer and a regulator bottle in the back, and you can see on the top here we have a pneumatic cylinder. This cylinder moves this entire head assembly down into the weld position. There's a proximity sensor here that triggers the head when it's in the down position, to where the machine will go through its weld sequence, and then when we release these palm buttons on the front, the head will move up off of the stud. So I'm going to go ahead and weld the stud real quick now so you can see how it works. We have some couple of pneumatic clamps that came with the machine. These provide the grounding function, so you can see the ground cables attached to these grounding clamps. I throw a little switch on the front and that grounds the part. And I'll push these two palm buttons and hold them down, and you'll see it weld a stud. Then I'll release the two palm buttons and the head will move back up into its up position. So basically this is how the system's going to work here. You have the head, the controller, and then the controller actually takes measurements as it welds, and you can store these measurements, use them as a reference point for your quality control system. And then basically we have a software package that's going to come with the system that lets us pull the weld parameters from the machine, and it saves them on the hard drive. So we'll have a record of all the welds for every part. Let me stop this and see if I can show you the program. And it's just showing that one stud that we welded and some of the statistics. And it'll keep statistics on the measurements that it's getting per each part. You know, you can program, there's a lot of options in this software. You can print this out and have it follow the parts as a quality control check, or it could be stored on a hard drive. So this is our first little video, just kind of an overview of the whole system. And I'll make another one here in just a second. It'll show you how the system is set up. Alright, thanks.